Guys, I'm fucking excited. This isn't an ASMR. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. So I did ask you guys on Instagram, on IG stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? That's where the majority of you guys actually come from. So if you follow me there, I love you guys so much. And if you don't and you found me on here, go follow me over there. But first, subscribe to my channel. Like it, do whatever you want, comment down below what your favorite food is. I don't care what you do. I just want to see you guys interacting with me because I love you guys so much. So back to what I was saying. On IG stories, I asked you guys if you wanted to see me review and demo the new ColourPop spring collection, and so many of you guys wanted me to do this, so let's just get into it and let's get started. So this is what the box looked like on the inside. I'm trying really hard to keep myself in frame and also the box, but basically this is how the box came, so you guys have an idea of what the box looks like, what's inside of it. The first thing that I saw was this little card. I don't think this collection actually has a name besides the fact that it is their spring collection. It has a Sweet Talk palette, 6 new Creme Lux lipsticks, 6 new Jelly Much eyeshadows, and 6 new Super Shock blushes. So there is a ton of stuff that come in this collection, and I am going to swatch every single one of them for you guys. I'm also going to do a demo and put them on my face for you. I have yet to try the palette. I've yet to try the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I've yet to even open one of the cream lipsticks. I did try on one of the blushes because, like I said, I could not wait. So let me just stop my blabbering and let's get started. Okay, so I primed my eyelids using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Mine looks raggedy, janky, looks like it's expired. I don't know, but it's still fucking good. It's really good for priming your lids. So that's what I did, and I also set it with a translucent powder. So if you see any powdery residue, it's the translucent powder. So let's, guys, look at this palette. Look at it. Oh my, it is beautiful. I'm gonna take down the brightness just a little bit so you guys could see the unicorn a little bit better. So this is the palette. Look how beautiful this is, guys. It is a gorgeous unicorn. It has the typewriter text. It's called the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder Palette, and like I said, the unicorn is beautiful. It has these very romantic kind of roses and flowers, and some of them are metallic, so it is so cute. The name of the eyeshadows are on the back of it too. I'm not sure if they're on the actual palette. So I did actually read on this little card that is given that it says Super Shock Shadow is now in a palette. So I guess this has their Super Shock Shadow in it, which is the one that kind of feels wet to the touch. It says, Sweet Talk is our first palette with mixed shadow formulas, including pressed powder shadow in matte and metallic finishes, and Super Shock Shadow for the first time ever. Plus our brand new glitter formula, pressed glitter formula, self-adhering, insanely sparkly. These babies will bring on the glam. So we shall see if it does bring on the glam. So I'm just gonna open up the unicorn in here, and this is the palette. Super pretty, looks just like the unicorn except it has this girl's face on it. And on the back, it has the names of the shadows as well. There's 12 shades in here. So one of them is a Super Shock Shadow, 9 of them are pressed powders, and 2 of them are pressed glitters. And this is cruelty-free, so I always love using cruelty-free brands. I'm trying my best to transition fully into being cruelty-free, and I hope to God that most brands will try to do the same as well. So let me show you guys the gorgeousness that is inside of this palette. Look at those colors, guys. Wow. Tell me that this palette isn't the most stunning spring palette that you guys have seen. So I'm gonna give all of these a swatch on my arm, and I will pop it up right now. The shadows in this palette just feel so good, so rich, so creamy, and they look it too. Like the pigmentation is there. Like it is there, guys. It's amazing. That Super Shock shadow literally feels just like their regular Super Shock shadows. I don't know how it's not going to dry out, but it feels so good. The glitters feel so cool. I don't know if I'll use the glitters on my eyes today, just because I want to be able to use the Jelly Much eyeshadows as well. So I'm actually going to start off with the shade Work It. So Work It is this orangey shade here, and I'm going to put that all over the crease. So it's going to be my transition shade. I really have no idea what look I'm going for right now, guys. I'm kind of just going at this blindly. So, see, even as a transition, like, these shades are... ColourPop just knows what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always kill it. Oh, someone's calling me. So before I was so rudely interrupted by Brittany, if you're watching this, that was you. That was you that interrupted this video. ColourPop just, like, their shades are just always so good, so creamy, so rich, and so affordable. And I don't know how they do it, but God, they do it. And I actually, ooh, this shade is so pretty. It's like a yellowy orange, and it is like the perfect transition shade. So the next shade that I'm gonna go in with is Meadow, and it's this really pretty coral shade right here. It has a more orange undertone than what you guys are seeing on camera. I don't know why or what camera I could possibly get that is not $10,000 that can help all of these colors come truly to life for you guys. But I'm doing my research. I'm trying my best to save up to get a better camera with better audio and all of that stuff, because I just want to bring you guys the best content possible. And wow, that shade is really nice. That shade is like kind of neon a little bit. Like it has such a beautiful brightness to it. And I'm putting this shade directly into my crease. So really nice and tight in here, so it's not disturbing too much of the transition shade. And I'm just gonna deepen the outer V with the shade ICYMI. ICYMI. I don't know what ICYMI stands for or means. If you know, write it down below in the comments. I have no fucking idea. I'm not cool and hip and young anymore. Woo, guys, this shade, this palette, I say this probably about every single ColourPop palette, but I feel like this palette is probably my favorite. It has like all my kind of tones. Like I love orangey, pinky kind of tones, and this palette is just giving it to me so effing hard. I'm just taking a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M533, and I actually saw that Lipstick Nick, the amazing woman who does Jeffree Star's makeup and so many other people's makeup like Jaclyn Hill, she uses this brush, and I know that because she's in Morphe, the stores, and this is one of her selections. So, and I also saw a video of her using it, so, you know, I had to get it too. And it works actually very, very well at blending things. It makes it look like that section is blended to filth. So now that we are all beautifully blended, thanks to that Sweet Talk palette, there are 6 new Jelly Much eyeshadows. I almost forgot the name there. These are the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I think these guys are anywhere between $6 and $8. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys how much the palette cost. Okay, the palette is $18, which is a little bit more pricey, I think, than they normally go. And for it not having a mirror, I'm surprised. But I'm so impressed with the palette that I don't care. I mean, a Pat McGrath palette is almost $100. And those Viseart or Viseart palettes are like $60 and $20, and you're getting really, really high quality, like really high quality eyeshadow. So it's worth it nonetheless. $18 for that palette, and the Jelly Much eyeshadows are $8, and there are 6 of them. I'm gonna swatch them all for you right now. So those were all 6 Jelly Much eyeshadows, and like I said before, they're $8. Super, super pigmented. I love the formula of these. There's one of them that kind of looks like another one that I already own. So if you already own Telepathy, then I would say hold off on buying Photosynthesis Sis, the names though, because Photosynthesis Sis is pretty much the same color. It just has like a tad bit more green in it. But I totally recommend you guys at least buy one of these just so you could feel the formula. Like, it is a formula like none other. I've never felt anything like it. So today, I think for today's look, I am going to use, I think I'm going to do this all like monochromatic or whatever. So I think I'm going to use Whistilin Pixi. Do I want to use Whistilin Pixi or Doves and Roses? I'm just going to I think I'm going to use Doves and Roses. Actually, it's a little bit lighter just so there's a little bit of dimension in the look. So this is kind of how they come. They have this little top that you do have to keep. Make sure that you guys keep that and always put it right back on the product after you're finished using it. But basically you just take your finger and dip it in there. Like, look at that consistency. It's wild. It literally feels like you're touching Jello. It's so weird. And like I said before, these guys are super pigmented, so you only need a tiny little bit. Sometimes I even just take what's on the cap. So I have it here on my middle finger, and I'm just gonna run that like right here on the lid. Guys, look how pigmented that is. It's crazy. These Super Shock shadows are just like insane. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use a brush. I just want you guys to realize how stunning this eyeshadow is. Like, that's just with one tiny little touch of the eyeshadow. It's insane to me. It's insane how good these are. Okay, so I popped off camera there for a quick sec. I just put on some concealer, foundation, and I did the lower lash line. I used the same shades that I used on my lid, aka Meadow and ICYMI. So I used these two. Now, I think that I am going to use the glitter formula just so you guys could get an idea of what it looks like on the lids. By the way, that Jelly Much eyeshadow, one of the more pinkier orange shades, actually stained my fingers. So my eyelids are probably going to be stained too. So keep that in mind. So I'm actually going to go in with the shade Prima Drama, not Prima Donna, Prima Drama. And it's this glitter shade right here that has pink and kind of like a yellowy green reflect in it. So I'm just going to take it with my finger, lightly press into it. These guys feel very soft. And I'm just going to put that right on top of that Jelly Much eyeshadow. Ooh, and that looks really pretty. It just gives it a little bit more oomph, you know, a little oomph. It gives it something, a little bit of something. And for my inner corner, I'm going to use Side to Side, which is the Super Shock Shadow formula in this palette. I'm going to use that in my inner corners to highlight them. And I'm just taking a tiny little brush. I don't know if this works better with fingers or with a brush. Okay, not bad with a brush. Let's see how it works with my pinky. Oh, 100% better with a finger. If you have one of those little silicone applicators, that would probably be great for this. Whew. That is.
That's right.
Alright guys, so I just quickly added some lashes and some bottom lash mascara. Now we're going to move on to the new Super Shock cheeks. So they sent over this big package that had a bunch of different Super Shock cheek blushes in it. But these are not the new ones. There's only 6 new ones. So they're actually these guys right here. So they're the more brightly colored ones. And then they have some that are a little bit more toned down and muted. So I'm actually just going to insert a picture here that I found on Instagram. I will also leave the girl's handle there who put up this picture because it is not my content. I just really cannot get a good video kind of photo of it. It's just not showing up really well on camera. So Hopefully it will show up on my cheeks. So for today's look, I am gonna use one of the more vibrant Super Shock cheeks. And I think I'm gonna use the shade Laid, which is a really nice orange color, and it kind of goes along with my eyeshadow, so it is perfect for this. So I haven't added bronzer or anything yet to the face because I wanted you guys to be able to see the color of the blush. And this is it right here. It is a beautiful orangey shade, like I said before. It is a little bit more vibrant off of camera than it is on camera. So I'm taking a big fluffy brush. This brush has been used before, but there's no color that's coming off of it. So I'm just gonna dip in there. I used to love these Super Shock cheeks back in the day, like when ColourPop first started. I used to love these. And then I just like kind of fell off of them. Not that they're not good or anything, because they're wonderful blushes, but I just kind of forgot about them, to be honest with you, until this. And as you guys could see, that's such a pretty girly color. I feel like a little angel. So I like to go a little bit heavier on the blush. Obviously, if you don't like blush, then don't go so heavy. I like it to tie into my eyeshadow a little bit, so I kind of bring it up to the eyeshadow area, and then I make sure that is on the what is it called, the apple of my cheek. So the last thing that ColourPop came out with in their spring collection were their Creme Lux lipsticks. Now these guys came out probably around like 6 months ago, maybe more actually. Amazing formula. They are so good, so creamy, so pretty. And these are the colors they came out with. So I'm actually gonna do a little lip swatch for you against my better judgment, because I am just imagining the rawness of my lips after doing this. And it's only 6 of them, but there's people who do like 20 to like 30 different shades of lip swatches in one video, so I think I could handle it. So let's get into it. So actually, before we get into it, I forgot to tell you the price of them. These are $7, and the Super Shock blushes are $8. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to tell you guys the price of them. But like I said, amazing formula, super rich and pigmented and creamy and just good, yummy. Okay, let's get into it. So I think that out of all of those swatches, my favorite were the first 3 that I tried on. They were so beautiful in color. There was only one that I was like, oh God, that color is not for me. It just looked hella fluorescent on me. The formula on these is so comfortable. If you want to make them matte and you're not into cream lipsticks, I would just take the back of your hand, dab it on a few times, take a tissue paper, and boom, it's matte now. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you guys like this style of video, please let me know down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like these. I am trying my absolute best, guys, to at least give you guys a video a week. I know I haven't been very good at it, but I have been posting a lot of content on Instagram, so check me out. And that's it, guys. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.